Hello, everybody. Welcome to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and of course, we're going to talk about some Sex in the City again. That's right, more Sex in the City. Okay, because we got season 6 to get through, and then we're going to go into the movies. Okay, and I already reviewed that piece of shit show and just like crap, and I'm not going to review that again unless they bring it back for a second season, which I hope they don't, but I already know that they will. So yeah, we got that to look forward to, don't we? Okay, but anyway, okay, my name's Diego. I've watched every single episode of Sex and the City. I'm a big fan of the show. The only problem I had with the show when it first came out, because yeah, I was watching it back then. When it first came out, I was a younger man back then. Is I did not like the way they portrayed the guys. Most of the time, pretty much all the times, they got the guys wrong. The show was written by gay guys, lesbians, and feminists, so they don't understand what a straight guy goes through, what he's concerned with, what his life is like, you know, the things that he would act on, the things that he would do, why he would do those things. They don't understand that shit. All they know, okay, is that they need to get guys in here because it's about heterosexual relationships from a woman's point of view. So you got to get some guys in here. So you write the fucking bullshit script and you give it to them. Hey, play this, whatever. So basically, what you're getting is cartoon characters of straight men. These are not realistic straight men. Okay. However, every once in a while they do get it right. Every once in a while they do get it right. Okay, and honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't lie on this channel. I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth from a straight man's point of view. If your feelings get hurt, if you're easily offended, if you're a snowflake, if you can't handle the truth, get out. Get the fuck out. All right, because I'm telling you the honest to God truth here from a straight man's point of view. That's the point of view you never got when you watched the show originally, okay? Because like I said, the show was not written for me. It wasn't written for guys like me. The show was written for gay guys and women, and middle-aged women that were riding the cock carousel. Let's face it, that's what it was, okay? So this show was not written for me, okay? And none of my straight guy friends watched this show. They didn't, okay? I was the only one that watched it on a regular basis. I was the only one. I was the only one. Okay, but I was a big fan. I love the show. I just didn't like the way they portrayed the straight characters on the show. Now, about what I was about to say here is yes, every once in a while they get it right, and unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, I don't know, they got it right this time in this episode here. And I got to be honest with you. Okay, this is going to be a two-parter. I got a lot to say here. I really do, because I've not watched these episodes in a very long time. Okay, but I do remember watching these episodes back in the day. And I do remember, like I said, I watched every episode, and I do remember out of all the guys that were on the show, the only guy that I really, really like just 100% related to back then, at least, was Berger, Jack Berger's character, played by Ron Livingston. Okay, who is the love interest right now on the show. Okay, in the early episodes of season 6. And I gotta tell you, we haven't seen too much. We've seen a little things about him here and there up until now, which I agree with. You know, we haven't seen very much of him, but in this episode, last episode he played more of an active role. We're starting to learn about his personality, and we definitely learned about his personality in this one. Okay, and you know, I said this before. I said I've not watched these episodes in a long time, and that I do remember relating to that character. But I'm an older man now. I'm a lot older now than I was back then, and I'm watching it again, and I'm going to check to see. Really, do I still act that way, or do I still relate to this character? And unfortunately, yeah, I do. I do in a lot of ways, and you know, and it's kind of emotional for me. It really is, because maybe not so much as the way that I am now, but the way I was then. Oh yeah, yeah. And I'm looking at this through older eyes, you could say. And it's a way of looking at my behavior back then. And yeah, I was a fucking idiot. I was a fucking idiot. Yeah, yeah. I fucked up. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize it. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get with this episode here, all right? This episode we're talking about today is season 6, episode 4 of season 6, all right? This is going to be part 1, and I'll finish it in part 2 of my review here. Okay, just so you know, I'm not going to get it all done in this one review. So it's season 6, episode 4. It's Pick a Little, Talk a Little. Pick a Little, Talk a Little. That's the name of this episode. It's about nitpicking. Okay, it's about pointing things out. It's about criticism. Those are the themes with this episode, all right? So it starts off with Samantha and Smith Jarrett, who we don't know his name yet. We know his first name's Jerry. That's all we know about him. But we know now who he is. It's Smith Jarrett's character. Okay, they're doing role playing. Okay, obviously it's Samantha's idea. And he's an actor. We learned that last episode. So basically, it's one of those things where like you pretend to be like a rape victim or stuff, which is, I know it's not something you joke about. Okay, but they were joking about it back then, even though it was taken seriously back then too. Okay, but yeah, she has this. A lot of women actually do have that fantasy. I know from experience. A lot of women have that fantasy about being taken. Not in real life, but being taken. Just being taken by some strong man, just taking you. Like caveman style. Like a conquering army style. And so Samantha wants that fantasy. Okay, it's got to be fantasy, not reality. I'm not advocating real sexual assault. I'm not advocating that at all. I'm saying fantasy wise, where you have control. Safe words, that kind of shit. Okay. So she's been doing that, and she has Smith dressed up like a fucking like he's doing a home invasion, and he grabs her. Oh, my husband, he's at work. Don't hurt me. He's like, shut up, bitch. Get on that bed. We're gonna fuck. With his mask on. So of course Samantha's getting turned on by that, and I gotta admit, it's there is an aspect of it that is arousing, you could say. I've done a little bit of this myself, all right? But as long as it's consensual and all that kind of stuff, the obvious stuff, okay, obviously, So they've been doing that, and of course, Samantha's getting turned on. She loves it. She loves it, okay? She loves this fantasy of being raped, okay? And a lot of women have that fantasy. A lot of women have that. And guys out there, your girlfriend ain't gonna tell you this, okay? But yeah, a lot of them do. Your wife's ain't gonna tell you this, but a lot of them do. Yeah. Okay? And you do. You know it, too. You know it. Okay, anyway, so as long as it's a fantasy, as long as it's just fantasy. Just a fantasy, just make believe. All right. So that's going on here, okay? And of course, Samantha's bragging to her girlfriends about it. They're at a restaurant or a bar or something, okay? And this time, Berger's there. Okay, so this is the first time that the women get to meet Carrie's new boyfriend, Jack Berger. Okay, well, I think they've seen him already, but they haven't really talked to him or gotten to know him or anything like that. Okay, they've seen him, like they saw him at the wedding and stuff, but they haven't really gotten to know him. They haven't talked to him at all. Okay, really, and he doesn't really know them either. Okay, he hasn't talked to any of them. So this is their first time. So she's introducing her boyfriend to her girlfriends. All right, and of course this is the tale that Samantha wants to tell in front of this guy. All right, and Carrie's a little bit embarrassed, but Carrie's not gonna fucking tell Samantha to censor herself in front of her new boyfriend. No, Samantha's gonna talk shit like she always does. All right. Yeah, and I'm starting to understand Samantha a little bit better now, okay? And I'll get to that in just a moment, okay? But she says that, it's so fun to find someone who likes to fuck outside the box, In other words, that Smith Jarrett doesn't just like to fuck traditionally. He likes to role play because he's an actor, remember? He's an actor. He likes to role play and pretend to be these different characters and stuff. And we're going to see that throughout this episode, okay? All these different fucking role plays as Samantha's into. And actually, Smith is really not into it, okay? He'd rather be himself, okay? But anyway, so we haven't gotten to that yet, though, okay? So she just talked about this. And now Carrie's embarrassed. She goes like, and this is my friend Samantha. And Jack's like, oh, she must be the wallflower. Which is funny. It's funny. See, what I like about Carrie and Jack is that Jack is also a writer just like Carrie is. So he's got the quips. He's got the one-liners. He's got the cool sayings, the puns, the non sequiturs. He's got all that shit, okay? His vocabulary is his tool to communicate with people in a very witty say. So he's got all the same witticisms that Carrie does, just from a guy. He's basically a male version of Carrie. In a lot of ways, he really is a male version of Carrie, okay? He's got the jokes too, the one-liners, okay? So they're talking about this, and Charlotte's like, you know what? This is not funny. Violence against women is a very serious problem in this country. And Samantha's like, it's just a fantasy. They can't be censored. It's healthy and it's harmless. Don't you agree, Berger? And he's like, Jack's like, as a guy, I was brought up to believe that rape or anything in the rape family, okay, is not a good idea. Okay. Can I go home now? Which is right, ladies, okay? Guys, you already know this, all right? You straight guys that are watching this, you already know this, okay? But ladies, I understand that rape is a problem, and I don't even like using that word, you know? It's such a horrible word, okay? And, you know, it's a problem, okay? It is not as, well, it's a serious, okay? It's a serious problem. It really is, okay? You know, and I have a lot of empathy for women that have gone through that and men that have gone through that, okay? Because if you look at if you had prison statistics, men have been raped more than women have in this country, okay? But for men, for us, okay, men, we know, straight men, we know that rape is wrong. We know that. It's one of the first things we learn when we first learn about sex is that rape is wrong. Because we learned that stealing is wrong before that, okay, when we're still kids, all right? It is ingrained in every single man, the idea that rape is wrong and that you never do that. In fact, it is so ingrained that we go out of our way, when we're first meeting a new woman, we go out of our way to let her know that we're not like that. Because it's in the media. There's no secret about rape. There's no such thing as rape culture. Not in this country. Okay, everyone knows that rape is a bad thing. You've seen it in movies, okay? You've seen what happens to the guys that get arrested for rape. We know what happens to them in prison, okay, when they go to jail, okay? That's not exactly something men want in their life, want to happen to them, okay? They don't, okay? Not only that, but we're not raised to believe that rape is okay, okay? Nobody makes jokes about rape. Okay, when we're talking to each other, we don't make jokes about rape. And if some guy does make a joke about rape, we disassociate from that guy. We don't want to be around that guy. Okay, men don't want to be around rapists. Okay, we don't like that. That's not who we are. We know it's wrong. We know it's a bad thing. Okay, we don't want our mom to be raped. We don't want our sisters to be raped or our daughters. We don't want that. We know it's wrong. Okay, you don't have to convince us that it's wrong. We already know it's wrong. Okay, it's a bad, horrible thing. And men, we are so afraid that when we meet a woman, a new woman that we're attracted to, that she's going to think that of us. So we go out of our way to let her at ease, to let her feel like, oh, no, I don't want her to think of me as a rapist. I don't want her to think, oh, God, you know. So instead of going up to a woman like in the movies, like James Bond does, you know, hey, how you doing, sweet thing? You know, we're like, oh, my God, if I do that, she's going to think I'm a rapist. Oh, God. Hi. How you doing? Yeah, very lovely hair. I'll stand over here. That's how guys are doing it now because they're so afraid that they're going to get that label thrown at them, okay? You got to realize, ladies, what I just said about the going to jail and all that stuff, okay, that happens to guys that have actually done it. All you have to do is, you don't even have to do it. All you have to do is be accused of it. Once you're accused of it, that's it. Your fucking life is over. Even if you're found not guilty, your life is fucking over. The fact that you were accused has destroyed your fucking life. Just being accused has destroyed your life. She could be lying. Nothing's going to happen to her if we find out she's lying. Nothing's going to happen to her. But you, Mr. Innocent, that was falsely accused, your life is fucking done. And so men, we're also afraid that that's going to happen to us. You see what I mean? You want to know why guys don't approach women anymore? You want to know why? That's why. That's why. Because we see what happens to people. And we don't want that to happen to us. Because we are not like that. Okay? But then you got these feminists and shit on TV and making movies treating all men are rapists. You know, and that's just not true. That's just not fucking true. Okay? It's not. It's not true. Okay? And because of that, we don't like to make jokes about that. I think it's disgusting to make jokes about rape. I really do. I don't condone any of that shit. Okay? I don't hang out with guys that make jokes about raping somebody. That's not fucking funny. Okay? When it comes to raping women. Now, when it comes to men getting raped, okay, no, you see jokes about that all the fucking time. Name any fucking comedy out there, any fucking sitcom out there that makes jokes about men getting raped, like prison joke, yeah, it's funny. It's funny. You see it everywhere. Every fucking comedy, every rated R comedy in the past 20 years has had some form of a guy getting raped joke. I keep thinking about, what was the one with Jonah Hill where the aliens invaded, you know? I forgot the name of that one, you know, but you know, or I'm thinking Mallrats, you know, where Ben Affleck is getting raped in jail at the end of that movie, okay? Yeah, and that's considered funny, okay? Even The Simpsons has done jokes about men getting raped in jail, okay? Yeah, it's considered funny, when it happens to a guy. It's funny. But when it happens to a woman, it's fucking dead serious. You see what I mean? You see how that's not fair? So you can make jokes about men getting raped all you want. No one's going to do anything to you. No one gives a shit if men get raped. And like I said, men actually get raped more than women do. Once you add prison statistics in there, men get raped more than women do. Okay? But that's okay to make jokes about that. You see what I mean? But it's not okay for men to make jokes about women. Now, I think rape's wrong. I don't think anybody should be making jokes about that. I think it's a very serious fucking thing. It's a serious crime. You know? But you shouldn't be making jokes about it whether it's a guy or whether it's a girl. You should make jokes about that. It's not a fucking joke. It's fucking serious. You know? Anyway. So, and that's what he's trying to explain, but you know. Okay. But yeah, he summed it up pretty well. Okay. The girls like him. They all laugh at his sayings, okay? He's actually very popular amongst the women there. All right? And Carrie is very proud that Jack Berger's her boyfriend because her friends like him. Like I said, they're all laughing at him. They're like, not at him. They're laughing with him, not at him. Okay, you know. So that's kind of cool. Samantha gets a call from Dr. Smith. You know, which is it's Smith Jared calling her. He pretending to be a doctor. Oh, I have a doctor's appointment right now. Bye, ladies. Got to go. So she's gonna go do a role play. We don't see it, thank God. Okay, so she leaves. Okay, so that leaves Charlotte, Miranda, Carrie, and Berger. They're all talking to each other. Okay. And Miranda starts talking about her date. I guess she was supposed to date some guy, with some real estate guy, and they went on. We don't see this date, but they went on a date, and then they kissed twice. They kissed after the date, and they kissed right before she got back to her apartment, and then she invited him in for some coffee. Yeah, right. Even though she don't have any coffee. Okay, and he turned her down. He said he had to go do something. They had a meeting the next morning. He had to get up early. But he'll take a rain check. He'll call her back, and then he fucking left without fucking her. Okay, and so Miranda and Charlotte and Carrie, they all start rationalizing what must have happened. You know, the thought that the guy wasn't fucking attracted or never crossed her mind. So they're rationalizing this. You know, he's like, she's like, you know, she actually stops talking. She looks at Berger. She's like, I know this is a lot of girl talk. Okay, is this too much for you? Because I'll stop talking. He's like, oh no, keep your estrogen going. That's fine. I'm good right now. I'll let you know when I've had too much. So I was like, okay, we kissed twice, you know, and then he had to leave. And I'm Berger. What do you think? Okay, and he's just like on the spot now. What do you think about why that guy hasn't called me back and why he didn't fuck me that night? I mean, he said he was gonna call me. But he hasn't called me. What do you think about that, Berger? I would like a straight man's opinion. Oh, she values a straight man's opinion. What the fuck happened? That's insane. Well, Jack talks.
I would love to have a man's opinion for a change.
All right, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you. He's just not that into you.
That's not true. Don't listen to him. Oh, no, I'm intrigued. Elaborate.
Look, I'm sorry, but when a guy's really into you, he's coming upstairs, meeting or no meeting.
Oh, that is ludicrous. What about extenuating circumstances? What about you're stressed out, you're on deadline, you have a migraine? Or a lot of guys are afraid of getting their feelings hurt and they don't want to ruin a friendship. Or they're freaked out by their own feelings. There's a lot of push-pull out there, a lot of mixed messages.
Yeah, I have to say that's all code for he's just not that into you. I'm sorry, but with guys, it's very simple. If we're into you, we're coming upstairs. We're booking the next date. There are no mixed messages.
No mixed messages, but
I've spent my whole life deciphering mixed messages.
I've made a whole career of it.
Wow, he's just not that into me.
I could have said it better myself. I could not have said it better myself. I let Berger do the talking there. Okay, yeah. Do I even need to do this review here? He's pretty much nailed it. Okay, although he did say it better than I say. Let's face it. Okay, he said it better than I would say it. Okay, I'll give it to you blunt. Okay, no lube. All right. Anyway, so of course. He didn't like Berger just said there. He didn't want to fuck you. He wasn't attracted to you. Okay. I wonder why. You're the most attractive one of all four of them. I don't understand why. He must be gay. That must be it. Yeah, he must be gay. Okay, it wouldn't be a first for this show, would it? All right. So that's going on. He likes men with vaginas. Okay. Anyway. Yeah. So that's going on here. Of course, the girls don't understand. They're offended about what he said. He tells her, and he realizes that the girls are all pissed off at him for saying what he said. He just gave her some fucking truth, just like I do. He gave them some fucking truth. You know? A straight man's point of view. They just got a straight man's point of view, and they can't handle it. They can't handle it. Can you handle it? Yeah, if you're acting like they're acting, then you can't. You can't handle the truth. That's right, you can't. All right. That's why I got this YouTube channel, to give you the truth. All right, so so that's going on here. The girls are all pissed off. Okay. Yeah, blah blah blah. All right, so that's going on here. You got to understand something, Miranda. Men are not women, okay? All that bullshit in 2022 aside, fuck all that noise, okay? Men are not women, okay? We think differently, okay? If we're attracted to a woman, we're gonna fuck them. We're gonna at least we're gonna try. You're not gonna have to talk us into it, okay? If you got to talk a man into having sex with you, he's not into you. Now I know why they're plugging this. He's just because that was a new book back then. They already made a rom-com about it. Okay, I saw that piece of shit. I'm probably going to have to review it. Okay, and I read the book. I have read this book. Okay, a long time ago, but I read it. Okay, I know that, and this is publicity for the book. I get it. You know, a lot of product endorsements on this show. In case you haven't noticed, they're always pitching fucking products. Okay, even genre-related products like this book. All right, so like they had Amazon Prime on here, which was a new thing back then. In this episode later on, we're gonna get a BlackBerry. Remember BlackBerries? Yeah, I forgot about them too. Okay, yeah. So they're always like whatever was new back then, they're pushing that on this show. I'm guessing they're getting money from companies to sponsor their products on the show because they know a lot of women have most of the buying power. Okay, in America, and a lot of most women are watching the show. Okay, and they're keeping Manolo Blahniks in business. They're all going to Barney's. You know, they're all buying Dwar. You know, and Louis Vuitton and all that other fucking gay shit that I don't give a fuck about. Okay, yeah, they're all doing that. Okay. So anyway, yeah. All right, so that's going on here. Okay, so Miranda has like a revelation. Oh, he's just not that into me, and that makes her feel better about herself. You know, because it is the truth. It's just a nicer way of saying it. You know, that he doesn't find you fucking attractive. Okay, you don't turn him on. You don't get him hard. There's nothing attractive about you. Okay, I could say that, which is true, or you could say he's just not that into you, which is also true, but in a nicer way. You know, it's all about how you say it, not what you say. You know, so that's going on. You know, so now she's had this epiphany. She realizes, oh my God, like what Jack Berger told her, like could have saved her 20 years of fucking therapy. Okay, if she had only known this thing. Well, you should have bought the book. I mean, you went to the bookstore the other day, right? To get that book on how to fucking lose your fucking fat ass by sitting around your house and doing nothing. Yeah, remember that book? You bought that book instead. You should have bought this one. All right. So, okay, so Jack says, hey, man, you know, maybe this guy's a putz or something. You know, he didn't say putz. He said something else. Maybe you're going to get an uncomfortable email or something from him soon, you know. I'm sure it'll be something like, you know, he's been in a place that doesn't have cell phones. That's why he hasn't gotten a hold of you. Okay, which is funny. I mean, it's funny, you know. And Miranda looks at Carrie and goes like, you know, like, hey, she approves of him. So yeah, so he won her friends over. He won Carrie's friends over. Okay, Big never won her friends over. Not all of them. Samantha fucking hates Big. Okay, the women don't like Big. They never liked Big. Okay, because of what the effect that he had on her. Okay, they didn't have much to think about fucking about Aiden either. Okay, but Burger, they like Burger. They like Burger. Okay, now when they get back to Carrie's place, they're all excited and happy. This is like the golden period of your relationship, you know, where everything's just going great. My best guess is they're 3 months in. They're 3 months into dating each other right now, and that's when all the good stuff is happening. You know, when all the euphoria, all the dopamine levels are just skyrocketing. You know, you can't wait to see each other. You're always thinking about each other. You know, I get it. I've been there. I know what it's like to feel this way. And so do you. You know, you can't wait to see each other. You know, oh, I like you more. I like you more. You know, that kind of shit. You know, they're in fucking fantasy land right now. Which is, yeah, I get it. That's where they are. So they're enjoying it. Their friends like her. She loves the fact that her friends approve of him. And he likes Miranda. He actually fucking says that. Who doesn't love Miranda? I don't fucking love Miranda. You know why you love Miranda, Jack? Because you don't fucking know her. That's why. You don't fucking know her. I'm surprised she even fucking gave you any sort of fucking attention at all, okay? Usually anything that's breathing, has a heartbeat, and a penis, okay, she treats like shit. She treats like shit, okay? So yeah, I'm surprised she even fucking talked to you, much less look at you. Okay, you're beneath her, okay? So get back there talking about, and one thing I want to say about, like, they're dressed, Carrie's dressed pretty sexy. She's wearing some Mickey Mouse t-shirt with some tight black pants. Burger is actually wearing an outfit that I have. He's wearing my clothes. He's wearing an Oxford purple shirt with black pants, I'm like, holy shit, dude. Fucker raided my wardrobe. Like, I had an outfit just like that, too. It's like, what the fuck, man? We even dress alike. We don't look alike, but we fucking dressed alike, too. I had an outfit just like that. Oh, well. Oh, I still do back there. Still back there somewhere. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I'm dating myself. So what? All right, so he's like, how can you not like Miranda? Okay, we don't have enough time for that question, all right? Okay, so they're playing around, and she offers him a fudgesicle or a nutty buddy, and he picks the fudgesicle. So she goes, "Go, perfect! That's perfect! I wanted the nutty buddy, yeah, Okay, like I said, they're about 3 months in, all right? And he tells her, "Hey, Carrie, someone want to tell you something. Carrie, someone want to tell you, okay? Please. I just want to say this to you real quick. I love you." She's like, "I love you too, and I'm not just saying that because you said it. I mean it. So, big mistake, but I am guilty of this myself, so I'm not going to judge him for this. Okay, I have made this mistake myself. 3 months in, that's the danger zone right there, because you know all the good stuff about your partner, you don't know any of the bad stuff yet. Okay, or you're just starting to figure that out. But you're so attracted to that high, that dopamine hit that it gives you whenever you think about them, that you confuse this euphoria with love. Okay, that's not love. Okay, that's just a euphoria. You're like in a dream right now. Okay, with this person, you don't really know the person yet. Okay, you haven't seen their flaws yet. They've been hiding them from you because they don't want to lose you. You've both been doing that to each other, okay? But that's going to wear off, and eventually you're going to see what's underneath all those layers, okay? If what's underneath all those layers is good enough, then you keep it, okay? If it's not, you got to let it go. Otherwise, it's going to be toxic for you, okay? And that goes for both of them, okay? But they're not there yet, okay? But so they're doing all the stuff that you normally do, okay? After you watch some bullshit like Titanic and nobody, I love you, so they're crazy about each other right now, and I understand that. Big fucking mistake to say I love you. Okay, I've said this before in other videos. Okay, you don't fucking point a loaded gun at anyone unless you're gonna fucking pull that trigger. Okay, ain't that right, Alec Baldwin? Yes, it is right. Okay, you never fucking do that unless you're gonna fucking pull the trigger. They taught me that in the Marine Corps. All right, you never point a loaded weapon at anyone unless you are going to fucking pull that trigger. Okay, so don't go to the Alec Baldwin school of fucking saying I love you. Don't do that. All right, you're gonna fuck things up. Okay. He should have waited, okay? But, I also understand what it's like to be young, dumb, and full of, well, you know the rest, okay? Yeah, I do understand. So, yeah, okay. So they're all excited now that they said those words to each other, okay? Later on, they're at a deli, or it's a deli or a butcher, I don't know. But they're there with it's just Charlotte and Carrie, and they're both excited. They're both in love. Because Charlotte's in love with Harry, she's all excited about she's going to cook him this meal for Chapa, wherever the fuck that is, some Jewish fucking holiday thing. She's going to cook for him. She's going to cook Hama for Chapa, whatever. So she's all excited. I mean, she's so in love. She's talking about how much she's in love with Harry. And Carrie's talking about how much she's in love with Jack Berger, She's like, oh my God, whenever I think of him, Berger, I just want to squeeze his face off. Yeah, she says that. And Charlotte's like, oh my God, I love Harry so much it hurts. No, it doesn't. Okay. So Charlotte's cooking, like I said, she's cooking chocolates because she's a fucking Jew. And she's telling everybody that she's a Jew. She's very proud of it. Nobody gives a fuck, but she's telling everybody anyway. Okay, Carrie comes home. She's dressed like she just came back from a fucking African safari, but with black knee pads. What the fuck is she wearing? I don't fucking know. I don't know who the fuck let her do an episode dressed like this. It looks stupid as fuck. And I just saw King Solomon's Mines last night. Okay, this looks stupid as fuck. All right, and black knee pads on a fucking safari outfit. Anyway, But she's got a gift in the mail. It's a book. It's Jack Berger's book. Jack Berger wrote the book. It's one of his novels, I guess, that he wrote. The name of the title is called Hurricane Pandora, a novel by Jack Berger. Hurricane Pandora. Yeah. Okay. I think they're trying to say something here, dude. I wrote a book too once. It's called Words That Rhyme with Hamburger. What the fuck kind of a title is Hurricane Pandora? Oh my God, man. I also wrote another book called Clowns with Hamburgers. Okay, anyway, yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, yes, I'm not making that up. The name of his book is called Hurricane Pandora. Now, we all know the story of Pandora, right? Okay, she opened the box, thereby letting out all the evil in the world. A woman did it. The cause for all the evil in the world is a woman. Get it? You get what they're trying to say here? Yeah, kind of like the whole Bible thing with Eve. Eve ate the apple, and that's what ruined all of humanity, because once she did it, then she tricked Adam into doing it too. You know, all the bullshit, you know. Everything that's wrong in the world is because of women, you know. That shit, you know. Just because it's true doesn't mean you should fucking put that in your religion, okay? All right. Ooh, you're coming for me. I see you out there. I see you with your purple hair and your shaved heads. Yeah, and your tattoos. Okay, anyway. So that's going on. She opens the book and there's a scribble in there. He wrote a little note inside the book. It says, sure you love me, but can you love the book too? You know? And so she's excited. She starts reading it. She starts reading his book. Okay, meanwhile, Samantha and Smith start doing some more role play. It's like some really bad porn. Like he's pretending to be an accountant. It's just stupid as fuck. And she's like totally into it. And it just looks dumb. All right. Meanwhile, Carrie loves the book. She loves it. Berger shows up. Right when she's done reading the book, Berger shows up. Okay, she opens the door for him at her apartment. He asks her about the book. She's like, "Oh my God, it took me 2 days." He's like, "What? Did you go out for takeout or something when you're reading the book? I gave you the book 2 days ago." He's like, "Yeah, I know. I'm a slow reader." He's like, "I can't date a slow reader." You know? She's like, "Well, it's 400 pages." Okay? She's like, "But I love it. I love it. I love it." That's what she says. You know? Except you have your leading lady. She's running around New York City wearing a scrunchie. Okay? Women that live in New York do not go around wearing scrunchies. He's like, scrunchie? You mean that hair thing? He's like, lots of women wear that. I see that everywhere. She's like, not in New York. The only time they ever wear scrunchies is when they're in the bathroom washing their face, okay? You've got your lady here in your book. She's over here going to nightclubs and restaurants wearing a scrunchie, okay? You know the fellas, but I know the ladies. But let me tell you, the best part of the book is he's like, I don't want to talk about the book right now, all right? I don't want to talk about the book anymore, all right? What do you want to eat tonight? What are we going to order for food? Huh? What are we going to order for food? You know, so he got passive aggressive here, okay? You know why he did that? He did that because he doesn't like being criticized. Okay, this book that he wrote was probably it was very important to him. Okay, he put his heart and soul into this book, and even though he gave it to her to critique, what he's really saying is, I want you to love it. I want you to love this book because I want you to love me. Don't just say it. I really want you to love me. This book is me, and I know that I've written a book before. Okay, I'm writing another one right now. Okay, I know what it's like to write a book and to put your heart and soul into it. You know, whenever you write a novel. The author always puts their own life experiences into the book, whether they've had them or not. Okay, and so that he gave her that book so that she could understand him, who he is. She already said she loved him. Or do you love me? Well, read this. Okay, now tell me if you really love me. That's what he meant. And what did she tell him? She gave him criticisms. Okay, he wasn't taking it like she's criticizing the story. Okay, like maybe he got some details wrong. Okay, or weren't realistic. He's taking it as she's criticizing him. Telling him how he fucked up. And rather than him tell her that, he would rather get passive aggressive and just start fucking holding in his anger inside at what she said and taking it out on her in subtle ways. Okay, like I said, it's not a healthy way to be in relationships. It's not. And yeah, I do talk from experience. Unfortunately, I do talk from experience. All right. So that's going on here, you know. And so anyway, she complains to Miranda about this. They're talking, you know, and she's like, "Why did I have to get on my sassy horse and start criticizing this book? Oh my God, what was I thinking, Miranda? I was pointing out all the negative stuff. And the worst part about it is I actually like the book. I love the book." You know? And Miranda's like, "You know, I used to pick on Steve. Oh, really? Did you? I didn't notice, Miranda. I used to pick on Steve for everything. The way he held his fork, the way he ate his food, the way he talked, the way he combed his hair, the way he tied his shoes, the way she's like, you know, and Carrie's like, used to? She's like, okay. Well, he's got another girlfriend now, and she can do that for him now. She can pick on him now. He's got a new girlfriend for that. Yeah, she's still being a fucking bitch. All right. So she goes, you have to make it work with Burger, because that advice he gave me just changed my entire life. And you know, that guy never did call me back. And Carrie's like, well, maybe Burger's just not that into me. No, he is into you, Carrie. If he wasn't into you, he wouldn't have gotten mad. Okay? We don't get mad. I don't get mad at women if their opinion doesn't matter to me. You see what I mean? If it doesn't challenge a belief system, I don't get mad. You know? I have to take it personally for me to get upset about someone, you know? The reason I give so much shit about Miranda is because the stuff that she says is so much of what's wrong with the way women are treating men, that I see women treating men. And I am talking from experience. I'm also talking from the experience of men that I know. Men that have fucking suffered for shit that women have done to them. I've seen men get a lot worse than I ever got. You know, and it's stuff like this, stuff like Miranda's touting, makes several women feel that they justify them in their actions. And it's fucking wrong. It's so fucking wrong, you know? And that's why I get upset about when I think about the people that I know, the men that I know that have suffered because of shit, like the stuff Miranda preaches on this show. You know, it's just fucked up. And it's not just Miranda, it's other women on the show, like Samantha too, okay? But I think that's sending the wrong message, okay? And if you're gonna fucking be misandric on the fucking show, you should at least have some misogyny in there as well to balance it out. And they don't have any of that, okay? But they do have Burger, which is something, okay? Because he's actually doing things that I would do, okay? So Carrie's upset, you know, that maybe Burger's not into me, you know. So she contemplates picking up nitpicking and criticizing and all that kind of stuff, okay. And the thesis of this episode is: are there times that ladies should just shut the fuck up? Well, I think we know the answer to that, don't we? No. Men, we don't want to be in a relationship with a slave. Okay, that's not what we want. We want to be with a woman that can challenge us, but in a positive way. They can give us an opinion that we wouldn't have gotten on our own. To look at something from a different set of eyes. Okay, you can look at the same thing. Two people can look at the same thing and see two different things. You see, that's what we want from our women. Okay, we don't want someone who's just going to do everything that we say. We don't want that any more than you want that. Okay, we don't want to be nagged any more than you want to be nagged. Okay, you know, so it's not about that. Okay. We want the same things that you want. We just go about things differently. That's all. That's all. You know, it truly is an equal relationship. Or at least they should be. You know, whatever one partner's lacking in, the other partner would be better to have those qualities, and vice versa. You know, so yeah. Okay, so meanwhile, Charlotte tells her neighbor that she's a Jew. She's telling everyone she's a fucking Jew. Nobody gives a fuck. I'm sure fucking everybody in your building's Jewish. Okay, nobody gives a fuck. It's downtown Manhattan, for Christ's sake. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to end this review right here for part 1. I will be back on part 2. Thank you for watching this long, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.